Coronation Street's Paul Foreman is set to get the confirmation that he has been diagnosed with motor neurone disease, with co-star Daniel Brocklebank having a personal connection to the story. Last week, Paul Foreman, played by Peter Ash, stole an expensive vehicle from Rufus Donahue's, Steve Mayo, home on the same night that the businessman was murdered by Stephen Reed, Todd Boyd. In upcoming scenes, official spoilers reveal that Paul begins to feel guilty that Billy has paid off his loan despite never being able to pay him back. After reading about Rufus in the Gazette, Damon Hay, Kieran Griffiths, orders Paul to dispose of Rufus' car which he stole for a job. Paul quickly sets off in Rufus' car intending to dispose of it, but because of his clumsy left hand, he swerves across the road. His heart sinks as a police car approaches, questioning him about what had happened and asks him to follow them to the station. Best friend and lawyer D.D. Bailey, Iink Sterling Brown, arrives and explains to Paul that the police are still reviewing the CCTV, but should be free to go once they are done. Later, she accompanies Paul to his appointment with the MND specialist where he receives confirmation that he has motor neurone disease. The pair sit in the doctor's office in shock, with Paul finally realizing that he needs to tell Billy Mayhew, Daniel Brocklebank, and his family the news. Elsewhere, Paul arrives in the cafe and shows Dee a letter confirming his court date after the car incident. Will Paul tell Billy about his diagnosis as well as his altercation with the police? If Paul gets linked to the death of Rufus by being in his car, will his relationship survive long enough for Billy to support his MND diagnosis? Billy has no experience when it comes to MND, but actor Daniel Brocklebank has had a close encounter with the disease after his granddad died from it. Speaking to Express and other press about his link to the storyline, Daniel expressed, 20 years ago my grandfather was diagnosed with MND. Obviously subsequently died from it, so this is a subject that I have lived through in my own life, obviously as well as the rest of my family. And then because I had been working with the MND Association for so long, I have subsequently met a lot of other people who have been living with MND. So it's a subject that is really close to my heart. I have been helping to fundraise for them for many years.